Welcome to Under the Hood with me, Heather Cooper, and my co host, Miguel, otherwise known as Angry Penguin. Welcome to the show. We're going to talk about live portrait today because it's pretty exciting. A lot of people have been making some amazing things with it. And you might have seen some examples, but really, what is it? Live portrait, it takes a single picture of a person or image and turns it into a realistic video. It does this by using the picture as a reference, and it adds movement to it, such as facial expressions and head movements from another video or source. So imagine like taking a photo of yourself, or you have an image, a still image, and then being able to make it look like it's singing or talking without having to record it. That's basically what Live Portrait does. So we're going to get into just to show you a couple quick things you can do. We're going to have a two-part series where today we're going to work with one style to show you it's not just to kind of like break you into it, and then we're going to have another one follow up after this where we'll show you a little bit more with animation. But Miguel, welcome, and do you want to explain what we're going to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So first we're going to show off animating or stylizing rather an image using Stable Diffusion, and then we're going to show you how to take that animated image and then transform it into an animated image, using LivePortrait. So the thing that we're going to be using today is, let me just go ahead and share screen. So the thing we're going to be using today are the ComfyUI nodes by Kajai for LivePortrait. So recently, this past Thursday, so about 3 days ago, they pushed out an update to really improve a lot of the stitching and just the general face expression with the LivePortrait nodes. So shout out to Kajai and all the amazing people that contributed to this repo, like Mel and others as well. So as Heather mentioned, LivePortrait, what it does is it takes in an image and it really animates it based off a driving video. And so you can give it facial expressions. You can do some lip sync as shown by Purrs right here in an amazing style as like an action character. And it's really awesome. So the first thing we want to do though is show you how you can create a stylized image with yourself. And we're going to use a stylized image to then transform it into a talking head portrait or just a general moving head portrait. So right now we're on Glif, and Glif is just a simple interface to use Stable Diffusion, ComfyUI, all these really amazing tools. And we're going to take an image of Heather, and we're going to plop it into here.
I am the guinea pig today.
Yeah, let me just grab that. We're going to plop that in there. And so what this does is it uses Stable Diffusion to create a Pixar portrait of Heather. And so we're going to get it in a sort of, Pixar animation style.
Just to make it look a little bit more fun. And this is just one of the glyphs. We're going to just use multiple glyphs today, right? Just to kind of show how we can do this in one platform quickly if they want to give it a shot.
Yeah, so, here we have now the Pixar animation style done using Stable Diffusion. So we'll just go ahead and download that. And we're going to take this into the LivePortrait Glyph. So the LivePortrait Glyph, as I mentioned, is using the ComfyUI Kajai nodes. So what you can do is you can click here into Remix. And if you go into here, the ComfyUI block, you'll see the workflow being used to generate the animated portrait that we're about to generate. And so, these are a bunch of the nodes taken from Kajai's repo. And so essentially, we're inputting a driving video plus the image that we're about to upload of Heather. And the result is going to be that animated image. So if you're interested in looking again, just hit that remix button, take a look at the repo, which we'll link in the description, and just get started and exploring from there. But we're going to take this image of Heather, and we're going to plop it into here, into this drag and drop. And then now we're going to just hit run. Pretty simple to use, really simple way to interface with ComfyUI. And in just a second here.
It's cool because it does it crops the image for you. So don't worry about it. If you don't have a square image, you can go ahead and use 16 by 9 or even a portrait. It's going to go ahead and crop it for you so that you can get that in the best position that's showing the face.
Yeah, so it'll take care of all the aspect ratio size for you. Really amazing features by the LivePortrait nodes. So now we have this animated image of Heather. You can see she's moving her eyes and smiling. We'll show you in a later video how you can implement your own driving video to do lip sync, singing, whatever you really want, and then get that stylized. But this is just the first step.
That is so cool.
That's how you do the LivePortrait And let's talk about how you combine them, right? So
Yeah.
if we want to go into let's go ahead and hit build in Glifs. So there's these things called Glif blocks, and we're just going to go ahead and start with 2 of them. And so what Glif blocks do is essentially imagine this like entire ComfyUI workflow that we have right here. We just take that and now it's like a building block. So, and what I mean by that is this entire interface, you can run it and chain them all together. So we're going to go ahead and just plop that into here, Glif ID. So what I did was I just grabbed the URL from here and I plopped it into Glif
Oh.
ID. And so now
Oh,
this
that's
is
what
like
that
a
is.
separate
Okay.
building block. Yeah.
Oh,
And so the
very
next
cool.
thing we're going to do is we're going to grab this Pixar version. We're going to grab that and we're going to put it into another Glif block. So we're going to plop it into Glif ID. And so now we not only have the Pixar, this Pixar workflow here and this LivePortrait workflow here, we have both of them combined. And we're just going to, the key element that ties everything together is the input image. So we're going to add this input image block. So you just add image input. And so we're going to drag the image there. And then what it's going to do is it's going to come here into this Glif 1, and it's going to run that Pixar yourself. And so let's also add the token brown skin. And then after, we're going to take that output from Glif 1 and plug that into the live portrait. So the result is going to be that entire chain. We just put it in image and we get an animation out. So let's go ahead and try that. Plug that there.
Building our Lego blocks style glyph.
We're just going to go ahead and run.
Which is super cool.
So super simple way to interface with ComfyUI. You don't have to go and mess with the Comfy workflow if you want to, start to play with different styles and things like that. You can just come into like this workflow here, build your own, and implement any style you want.
So it took my image from the input image from that glyph that we ran. So it's not even taking the result of it. It's taking that glyph ID is whatever's in that block for that particular one. Whatever
Correct.
the
Yeah.
input
So it's
was.
not taking that output from the first Glif. As you can see, it's a completely different output.
Yeah.
What it's doing is it's just taking the workflow itself and sort of compartmentalizing that workflow and using it as like a Lego, like a building block. And so now we have a completely different output, right? Because it's you can see the eyes are moving, the face
That's
is
very
smiling.
cool because I didn't realize that the input image it's still part of the workflow.
Yes. So now we have
That
like
makes sense.
input image. We do the stylization. And then at the end of it, we have the live portrait animation. So we're doing all that in one workflow as opposed to having 2 different ones. So that's really like the amazing part of like the Glif Builder feature is you have all these Lego blocks that you sort of chunk together and now you have an end-to-end workflow.
That's even easier than I was thinking. I was overthinking that. That's so cool. So is that so let me see, is that the result now we didn't run it yet though?
Yeah, so this is actually the result. We just ran it and it
I'm seeing
finished about 30 seconds. Yeah.
That's so cute. That's so cute. I can't believe you got the earrings, everything. It's really good. It has Pixar something back there.
Yeah, Pixar. It generated the background as well.
So there will be probably more videos, like different poses that will be coming into Glif so that people can try that. And it's just a simple way to use it yourself and just to kind of, learn how it works and, just kind of discover different things you can do with it as you see more and more people using it. That's so cool. Wow.
Yeah, so right now there's no way to input the driving video, but that will change. And in the next video, we're going to go ahead and show you using a driving video, how do you sort of puppeteer and get like a stylized anything really like Pixar character, puppet, action figure out of using LivePortrait. So you can go ahead and start doing some lip syncs, some singing. You can get some really amazing stuff out of it thanks to the quality improvements by Kajai and Mel through the open source project.
So to learn more about it, we're going to put some links in the description of this video to give you an idea of if you want to actually look at the code or the research paper to see some of the examples that they have with it. But if you want to just jump right in and try it out, make sure we're going to put the links to these glyphs that we use today in there, and just watch the video to see how it's chained together. Or you can just try, to put any of your images in. You don't have to change it if you don't want to make it into a Pixar style. You can leave it, but go ahead and just jump in and try it out. And if you want to look under the hood, just as you're remixing that, just look at the details. Open up Comfy in the Comfy editor, so you can understand how the nodes are put together. If you want to just to see, understand more details, and if you want to reproduce that on your own.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Yeah, thank you everybody for the time, and we look forward to the next video where we show you how to sort of puppeteer yourself into a animated moving image portrait thing. Yeah, thank you everybody.
Absolutely. All right. Well, take care. We'll see you next time.